Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Payments Podbyte. I'm here today with Kirsty Berry, our Head of Product Marketing and Market Analytics at Compass Plus Technologies. We recently released a new white paper called Don't Be Locked Down, Locked In or Locked Out, 3 red flags to look out for when selecting a new payments platform. And you played a key part in writing this, Kirsty. Could you elaborate a little bit on what it's about and why we wrote the piece?
Well, I think the title kind of speaks for itself. The white paper highlights the red flags that FIs should look for, and I mean really look for, when choosing new software for their underlying payments platform. The underlying payments platform is key here. I mean, we're talking about using modern payments technology platforms on which to build the foundation of their payments business. We know it's a huge undertaking to make the decision to migrate and choose a new platform, but there's a lot more to consider than just investing in new technology and what it can do for you. It's about the long-term strategies and whether that tech can really see you through well into the future. In the industry at the moment, we're seeing FIs increasingly putting their eggs in a lot of different baskets. It's kind of the dawn of the new age of modern day silos, but this doesn't have to be the case. With the majority of our projects being migrations, we see the reasons that FIs choose to migrate. And there's some that come up time and time again. So we really wanted to address these in the white paper to try and help FIs, when they do decide to embark on such a major project and give them food for thought, flag up the problems that they might come across and, help them achieve their vision, not just now, but in years to come.
Okay. And do you think FIs are aware of these 3 red flags that were mentioned in the white paper when selecting new payments platforms? And if not, how can they avoid them?
Okay, so some FIs are certainly aware of them, but the problem is I think a lot of FIs don't really understand what is available to them on the market, and that actually they don't need to suffer from these problems. In the white paper, just to go into very high level, we've classified the 3 main flags as being locked in, locked out, and locked down, as you said. For locked in, we're talking about the ability for an FI's vendor to offer multiple and interchangeable deployment options. FIs might start out wanting outsourced processing, for example, on a SaaS model, but the business may change and they want PaaS or decide to take something in-house. And if their vendor doesn't offer PaaS or a license model, then they have to look elsewhere, or they're locked into the deployment model that a vendor can offer them. Therefore, at the end of the day, they end up being limited in terms of their ability to scale their business to size, resources, growth, and vision. And this is all because of the vendor. If we go into lockdown, we're talking about customizations and the ability for an FI to be vendor independent, not having their roadmap dictated by a vendor because they're stuck in vendor queues or development queues, without the ability to make changes or bring products to the markets themselves without actually involving the vendor. And for locked out, it refers to APIs and integrations. Everyone has APIs, but is it an add-on or is the platform actually API first? We live in a world of integration and connectivity, and APIs need to be fit for purpose, not only for now, but for the future. And of course, all of this comes from choosing a vendor and the underlying platform wisely. Choosing a card-based system that was built in the 90s, pre-smartphone, pre-e-commerce, is not conducive to future-proofing a business.
And in the white paper, we also say that in an attempt to address these challenges, several FIs have tried to find a number of shortcuts. What are these shortcuts and what are the issues associated with them?
So the shortcuts, could be replacing different parts of their technology stacks that aren't necessarily mission critical, installing plugins or wraparounds, or implementing orchestration systems to enable their legacy systems to actually bolt on new technologies, to trick the system. The issues with this is that none of these approaches actually solve the underlying problem. Banks could end up becoming system integrators, having to deal with the complexities that come with that role. And it leaves FIs vulnerable to significant risks that could actually hamper their ability to innovate and adequately serve their customer base in the medium to long term.
Okay. And also, you've stated that making the right decisions when an FI upgrades their payments platform matters as much, if not more, than the decision to upgrade itself. Can you elaborate a bit more on that?
Well, I think it goes without saying that the decision to migrate an underlying payments platform is no mean feat. However, to ensure that the FI or bank has made the right decision, they need to really investigate the market properly. They need to dig deeper into what vendors are offering and make sure that they don't inadvertently replace a legacy system with another legacy system. So making the right decisions when upgrading a payments platform will ensure that FIs are not in the position that their modern system is already outdated or not future-proof.
Okay, thank you for joining us today, Kirsty. You shared some really interesting insight into the white paper and why FI should read it. For those listening, you can download a copy of it via our website, which you can find in the comments below. As usual, thank you for listening and see you next time.